and happy Friday! We're back! How we doing today, guys? How has your week been? And it's been crazy around here. So, want to see who's in the audience? I had the chat. The chat's on. I think I broke the chat. I'm not sure what happened. I am echoing. Why am I echoing? What did I do? I don't know. I have an echo. Guys, do I have an echo? Is it just me? Yes, okay. Well, before I get into everything, we're going to do this. We're going to bring Wild Angel up here so she can talk without the echo, and I'll figure out what the hell I broke.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, he's just breaking things today. You had a little bit of an echo, and you were fading in and out. So is your Discord open?
Yes, I'll bet that's it.
There you go.
Okay.
Discord always breaks it for you.
Okay.
Hi, Syringa. I know Smiley is floating around in the chat because I see Down Home Crypto in there twice.
I love it.
She's
okay, how does
pretending
that
to be
sound?
Serenity.
Do I sound better now?
You're really light. You're really soft.
Really light.
Either that or my ears are plugged up because your background music's super soft too.
Okay, you guys told me. Yeah, see, they changed StreamYard around. They added some new things, so I probably broke it. Serenity, light. Laugh out loud. Yeah, like I'm light. Have you seen me? I'm not a light guy.
Let me try turning my volume up. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, because
oh, there's a dial.
Okay, this is how the day's gonna go.
But your echo is gone. But your
Yes.
echo is gone.
Oh, cool. Okay. Occasional adult. Yes, that is my shirt today. I'm occasionally an adult, and I was this morning, but after about 3 o'clock, it went out the window. No more of that. Syringa, Alan, how you doing, buddy? Good to have you with us today. So, I love it. Light. Okay, so does everything look and sound right? Are we back in action? Are we good to go?
Much better.
Much better. Okay. So true. Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, we can't do this way, so part of me wants to kick you backstage again and bring you back out, but now we'll do this anyway. So, been a crazy week. Wild Angel, how has your week been so far, dear?
I've had more meetings in a week than I have in 6 months.
Wow. That
So-
sounds kind of sketchy.
I could not, but the fun thing is, last week I banked almost 15 hours of comp time. So almost 2 full days of basically overtime that is just banked to use like vacation.
Road trip. We're out of here. Later.
Right.
I don't know where we're going. We're going somewhere.
So it was kind of cool. I banked all that time.
Nice. I like it.
So, how's
So true.
you been busy
Good.
this week?
Yes, it's been an interesting week, and I actually went through a whole roller coaster ride, and that's part of the inspiration for tonight, because tonight is Tides of Change. Now, we're seeing a lot of changes going on in the world, both financially, political-wise, government-wise, you name it. Everything's changing. But, oftentimes we go through those changes personally, too. And so that's kind of what inspired this, because I want to talk about all the different changes and what you guys are seeing and what you're thinking. But, of course, it's not a party with just 2. This just makes it a date. So, we got to have some more people hiding backstage, and I think we do. In fact, I think we have another beautiful young lady, none other than Miss Smiley Girl.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi,
Smiley.
everybody.
How you doing?
How are
dear?
you? I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing
Doing
pretty good so
good.
far. Doing better
Good.
today.
Happy to hear it. How's your
Little-
video coming, Serenity? Aren't you working on another video?
I am.
Yay.
I am.
Yay.
Yeah, I've got it up to about a 5-minute time frame now.
Nice.
So it's coming together. It rolls. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, for every 1 minute or 60 seconds of video, it takes me an average of an hour of recording, editing, all that. So, yeah, I know 5 minutes doesn't sound like long, but man, that's like 5-6 hours worth of time. So it is getting there. I ran in some speed bumps on that, Smiley, because
What?
as excited as I was, I actually ran in speed bumps of energy and purpose and drive. And I couldn't put the pieces together. They weren't meshing. It was like trying to grind a gear in a car without pushing the clutch. It just wasn't moving. So yeah, that's part of today's inspiration. So I'm going to go down that rabbit hole today. But of course, now we've got a third wheel. Now this is a date with the third wheel, so we got to have more. And I know another handsome young gentleman hiding backstage, none other than Mr. Crow.
Hi, Crow.
Hi, Crow.
Hey, everybody.
What's
How
up,
are you?
Bird God?
I'm great.
Good.
Great. Really?
Yeah.
Had a good week. How's it been so far?
Week was pretty fun. It's been good. I just got some new things coming on the way, and some things I've already gotten, and so new toys are always good.
Oh yeah.
What kind of
We love
toys?
toys.
I got a Friday. I got a resin 3D printer,
Ooh, that's cool.
and then I bought a bunch of Warhammer minis.
Ooh,
Me and the girl are gonna get into Warhammer.
nice.
I got this guy. This is one of the things I printed.
Oh, that's
Aw.
cool.
That's
It
neat.
is trippy. It's hard to see it, but there's like a spiral inside of a spiral with steps going on the outside.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, I know where I'm going. I'm going to his house to craft.
And Stringa Allen says, "How's Ray?"
Ray's good.
Good.
Good. She's not here.
Yeah, she's not here.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. We could have told you that shit.
I don't know what you mean by, yeah, she's not here. Yeah, she's not here.
Not on
Yeah.
the stream.
Right. I was gaming with her about an hour ago, and she was cussing and swearing up a storm, which means she's doing great. We're playing Dead by Daylight. If you haven't played it, it's a lot of fun, and it's a whole thing about trying to get away from the killer, fix these generators, escape before they kill you. It's a fun game, but it can get very frustrating some days.
Amen.
I have a new cat hat.
Oh, I want to see.
Okay, stick me on the jumbotron.
Jumbotron. Da, da, da.
Oh, it's candy corn. That's so cute.
We had to make a new cat hat.
Yeah.
That's Candy
So
the
I-
cat.
Christmas is next. I got to make one or
Cool.
two for just for Christmas. So
That's Chris the kitty. Yeah, Candy the cat and Chris the
we
kitty.
got the
and-
witch's
all right.
hat and the candy corn hat for Halloween.
That's cute. Is there a
Let's see,
Thanksgiving
witchy
hat?
whiskers.
You know, I don't think so, but I might be able to figure that out.
Could look like a big
Or-
cornucopia.
Right?
Yeah.
I also have a pretty good rapport with the designer,
Ooh.
so maybe not this year, maybe next year.
Is
Little
Serenity the
shout-
designer?
No.
Oh.
Little shout out to Dutch Bros for the 5 o'clock energy shot today.
Nice.
And their new pumpkin brulee.
Ooh.
It's salted caramel and pumpkin. Serenity, you might actually like this.
I'll have to try some. Ashley, how you doing, dear?
That's
Good to
it.
see you.
Hi, Ashley. How's Seely?
Yes. So I will match you, Dutch brothers, and I will raise you a Kool-Aid.
I see your
I'll
Kool-Aid,
raise
I
you
raise
cream
you a Mountain
cheese.
Dew.
Ooh.
Cream cheese pumpkin coffee cakes.
I got one.
I know, I left you some.
Yay.
She actually dropped two on my desk and took the rest of them back. Like, wait a minute, I think I gypped on this deal. I'm not sure what it is.
I want to make sure there's some left when I go to eat them.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, you eat something like that with me, it's gone. Toast,
It's
history,
pumpkin.
sugar. Come on. Yeah, pumpkin, sugar. Yeah, it's all gone.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom. How you
Hi, Hope
doing?
Giver.
So, Ashley, how you doing, dear? How's Seely? Seely, good to see you, buddy. So, guys, what is new and exciting this week? Except for the fact that Smiley has gone like introvert thing going.
Introvert?
She's
What's that
Honey,
mean?
your PFP is all backwards.
Oh, is it
Yes,
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Your face is
like
black and your hair
looking-
is white.
kind of doing one of these
What?
behind your shoulder things.
oh,
Oh wait,
I didn't realize
Oh.
that.
no, hold on. That might be me. They just changed StreamYard on me, guys. So
Oh,
this is the first time using it with a new update. But yeah, Smiley, your PFP looks like that photo opposite. What do they call
nice.
it? Kodachrome.
There you go. That's my thing
Okay.
today. I'm the opposite. I'll be opposite girl, but
Nope.
I don't want to be grumpy though.
No, you look totally normal on the stream, so it's just
Oh.
my camera. That is so
Oh, okay.
weird. Huh. You know what I need to do? I need to share my screen to show you guys what I'm seeing, because you're like, wait, what? That does look weird. Anyway, I'm not delusional, I promise. No crazy drugs. But as you know, the bar is always open, so fix yourself a drink, or two, or three if you got some Kool-Aid.
Or
Thank you,
Dutch
Gage, for the
Bros.
Kool-Aid, by the way. Or Dutch Bros. Crow's got due. Smiley, what are you drinking today?
Water?
I was really hoping you'd say like rum and coke or screwdriver or fuzzy nape or something.
I only drink on vacation. I don't drink normally. Normally, I drink 1 cup of black coffee in the morning and water the rest of the day, constantly. That's my thing.
That's
Really?
like me. I
Black
have my.
coffee?
Unfortunately, I don't do black coffee, but I do coffee in the morning and water most of the day.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm impressed. Black coffee. Now that's kind of surprising, Smiley. I mean, you seem like such a. I don't know. By your voice, I would say I can picture a small, petite, younger lady that has like the frappuccino or some
Perfect
very
coffee.
like,
No, it's
A
too
what?
much sugar. I don't eat sugar at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
good
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah. Except on vacation. Anything goes on vacation.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what vacations are for.
I know.
Does that mean I'm on like my whole life is a permanent vacation or what?
Pretty much.
That- yeah, as much shit as I've done in my life, yeah, absolutely. It gets crazy for sure. So, actually, I need to step away for a quick 2 seconds, so I'm going to
Okay.
leave you guys to get everybody up to speed, and I'll be right back.
Ooh, we're in charge.
Lock the door.
Okay, Ashley, are you looking at your screen? I'm going to give you a sneak peek. She'll know what it is.
I'm like, what is that?
She'll know. I don't
Okay.
need to tell her.
Okay,
It's like a
cool.
boxing mitt.
There could be
Yes.
there could be other people watching. Okay,
Oh,
there
okay.
you go, Ashley. That's
Cool.
a sneak peek.
Dun dun dun.
See, I didn't have to say it. She knew exactly what it was.
Cool. Do you have to have that ready in time for Christmas or any special date?
I'm shooting for mid-December, early
Oh,
December.
nice. Nice.
So yeah. And that's actually only that piece is only probably 20% of the order. So
Oh, okay.
So 2 boxing gloves, maybe like a head.
it
Something
does
for the
kind of look
head.
like a boxing glove.
When
That
you
might
show
be
it off
another
with your
idea,
hand.
Ashley. Well, I was trying to keep the front kind of shaped.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, just
Hi.
like you're about to like.
I was
Hi.
giving Ashley sneak peeks.
I leave you guys alone in your back. You're already fighting on stage. You're boxing. What the hell's going? That's it.
Boxing gloves.
I have to be the adult now. See, occasionally, this is what happens. Like, no more fighting, children. Come on. Be good.
Wait, while Jane will punch him with your covered fist, and then Serenity, you fall over because you're right next to each other. I'm
What do
sorry.
we do?
That shouldn't be so funny, but it was.
That was great.
I
I
think
had
it's
to get
great.
my directions straight, but
I know. I had to think about it. It's like, okay, my lettering is on the back. Okay, I got to go this. Because if I went this way, it'd be all screwed up. Like, dude, you messed up the joke. Nice going. So I can have nice shit.
That was good.
that was really good.
We'll have to clip that one later for a short.
Yes.
I
Right?
don't get what happened now. Ooh, okay. Gotcha. I saw your message, Smiley.
Cool.
Love it.
Thanks.
So, we kind of caught up, and I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuning in today. And hopefully Duff's going to pop in and work his magic. Now, Duff has really been trying to promote Down Home Crypto, and I know a lot of you have as well. And I want to say thank you because we just broke the 2,000 subscriber mark this last week.
Nice.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah. So we're picking up, and it's growing exponentially. And a lot of that is a lot of people are getting into deep in, but we're getting people that are realizing things are changing. The financial system's changing. You know, whether it's crypto, it's the banking system, it's all this stuff is changing. So we try to make sure to keep you guys up to date, but also touch on the more of the obscure areas, if you will.
I actually have the opportunity to take a class. Yeah, I mean, I may have to pay for this one, but it might be worth it. It is blockchain in the insurance industry.
Ooh, interesting.
Wait, what?
Yeah, blockchain in the insurance industry. I want to take this class.
You should.
It's gonna be cool.
Nice.
So does it
I
even
know
give you a
nothing
glimpse
about
of-
it.
Okay, I was going like, are they using, crypto to actually pay for the insurance, or I mean, is that?
I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily paying the claims, but I think it's just blockchain, kind of like what California did
Yeah.
with their titles and
Right.
stuff. But as a transparency, maybe.
Right.
makes
I don't
sense.
know. I really, really want to take this class.
Sounds exciting.
So it's a couple $100, but you know,
Education is priceless.
it is. Especially
But,
like with my industry, I don't think anybody else in my office in the state has taken that class.
You should,
no, why
after
would
you
they?
take. Oh, sorry. You should, after you take it, tell your boss and see if you can get any kind of credit for it or anything.
Possibly. Usually reimbursements have to be cleared the previous fiscal year.
Oh.
So I would have to wait a whole year to take it
Oh.
for budgeting purposes. But yeah,
On
I'm
top of
okay.
that-
I could handle paying that one.
After your last trip, I'm not sure they're going to let you do anything else. I heard
know.
you screwed
Oh
that
my
all up.
God. I
What
totally
happened?
screwed that. I used my state purchasing card accidentally at McDonald's on the way to the airport.
Hmm.
And then I was told, "Oh, you don't need receipts. We just use per diem now." Well, my baggage fees on the way back, I didn't have receipts for. So now I have to have a form signed by my supervisor. The director has to sign the one about McDonald's.
Oh.
And I've already repaid that. But yeah, I screwed it all up. And then trying to do my expense report's been fun. I will see if I can find that and put it in here, FX.
Yeah, I'd be curious what it is. And, it's interesting you mentioned California because a lot of things have been going on with them. We talked about this before where they put car titles on the Avalanche blockchain.
Right.
Now, driver's licenses, the Avalanche blockchain. A lot of things go to Avalanche. And they just had an update I read last week. What is it? The AVEX 3000 something. I don't know. I forget what it was. I didn't research it yet, so I'm not really in tune. Smiley, you got any ideas?
No, I haven't even heard of that. So that's interesting.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
two.
There's two. Okay, there's two.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're doing a whole bunch of updates. In fact, I just read today that now Apple is allowing you to upload your driver's license to an Apple device. So it makes me wonder, is that the next change? Is we are no longer going to have like driver's license that'll all be digital, and it's getting weird.
Wow.
Have an armband that you walk through a door. It's like, Benny, this is Jefferson James.
Right, it's going to load jack you. We'll have a little chip in our hand or something. Oh, we know you. Or what movie was that where he swapped eyes? You would walk into a store or whatever, and it's like, hey, hello, Mr. Da 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 da.
Ew.
Minority Report. Remember that in Minority Report? Anybody remember that, or am I just crazy?
I didn't see that movie.
I
Sorry.
don't- It's not familiar to me.
The red wooden ball, you got the precogs, the three precogs, the murderers, and they would see the murder before it occurred.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
I don't
And then-
do name that tune well. You know that.
Last case, name that movie. It's actually a really good movie, and it's an interesting concept when technology gets so far ahead, and they were actually punishing people before they committed the murder for the murder they were going to commit, but they stopped at time. It was really this screwed up paradox. I mean, man, we're not far off on technology.
Serenity, I just dropped a link for you. That
BTK.
is those two classes. There's actually two. I just discovered a second one when I used blockchain as a search word. So
Wait, I'll check them out. BTK, my man, how you doing, brother? Yes,
Hi,
the movie with the
BTK.
machine with the balls. Yep. Tom Cruise, exactly. So good to see you here,
Hi,
brother.
BTK.
Okay. Let's see. Let me go see what that is. I'll open this up, and I'll show this here in a second here.
Okay.
Wow, I got totally sidetracked. I went from that to Minority Report to this, and but it's interesting because things are changing so quickly. And I mean, you go back 4 years ago, blockchain, it's all a scam, it's a fraud. Now we've got ETFs or retirement funds, and now the politicians are going crazy. did you guys see the interview with Gary Gensler just the last couple days ago, where now they're trying to crucify him finally?
Yay.
Yeah, no shit. A little late, guys. We already done screwed up.
Right?
What do you guys think? Is Gensler going to take some heat on this one? Is he going to resign, get fired, or you think it was all part of the ploy? I'm kind of curious. You guys think this is like a tinfoil hat moment that they planned all this out? He's a fall guy, or was he like some rogue agent?
A little bit of both. I think he went a little farther than they had planned on. A little more, I'm going to kill it all. When he really didn't need to. But I think, there was some plan to it, but not quite to the extreme that he went. Because he kind of went a little nuts.
A little?
I'm being generous.
You are. What about you, Smile? What do you think?
I don't have an opinion.
Okay. That's fair. How about you, Carl?
A second that motion.
Oh yeah, Crow's with me.
Wow, you guys gonna be a rough night tonight. That's okay. Well, on the lighter side,
Yay!
CZ just got released from jail today.
Who?
That's the lighter side.
Yeah, CZ.
Yeah.
Who's CZ?
Yeah.
Hey, Smiley, who's CZ?
The CZ guy. The crypto guy. The Binance guy.
Oh.
Hey, we're getting closer. Yes, the CEO of Binance, who I forget if he had to serve 2 or 3 months or something like that. He had to serve a term, and then he was in a halfway house for a couple months. And today he's getting released, free and clear, with the understanding he cannot go back to the day-to-day operations of Binance or any crypto firm. But yeah, the fact that he did his time, paid the fine, did all that, and is now out. Because in my opinion, I think he was a good guy. I think for the most part, he was doing things pretty well. He built up a hell of an empire through Binance and stuff. And no, I think that's a piece of good news. Like, okay, yeah, freedom, Ashley. I agree, freedom. I don't like Sam Bankman-Fried and his crazy girlfriend lady that are all going to jail for life, and I think that's a whole different ball of wax. But I think CZ actually did most of things right. And even in the hearings lately, when these congressmen are talking to Gary Gensler, they're like, dude, you have absolutely sabotaged. People would come in and say, hey, we want to work with you. What would you do? You would sue them. They're trying to work with you, trying to follow the letters of the law. And what did you do? You turn around, backstab them, and tried to throw them in jail. And Binance was one of them. They tried to work with them. A lot of people did. And yeah, things are just crazy right now. It's getting absolutely insane.
I mean, Ellison's not going to jail for life. She's only getting 2 years in like a country club prison.
Is that it? I didn't hear that part.
Carolyn Ellison got sentenced to 2 years, and she has to give her billions back. That was it. You can't tell me she didn't know what was going on.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, she knew. But immediately she flipped on him. It's like, oh no, hey, Sam did it all, man. I didn't know nothing. I don't know nothing about finances. I'm just here because I'm cute.
And
I
I'm
wish
the
I could
CEO.
play that.
Hello. She can't say she didn't know, but she flipped on him, and that's how she got the light sentence.
Yep. Crucify him. I'm okay. I'm a good girl. Crazy. Oh, hey, look at that. We got a surprise guest, guys. Everybody, put your hands together for Mr. BTK. How you doing, brother?
BTK.
Oh,
yo. What's up, gangsters?
Thanks for joining us. We've missed you.
I miss you guys, too. How you been?
Good. How are you?
Man, interesting conversations tonight.
I was closer to your side of the world.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was in Kansas City last week.
Ah, well, yeah. You're far enough away from where I am that I don't have to say I'm sorry. But if you do end up coming here, I apologize.
Yeah, we don't have anything in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. But, man, you're talking about Gensler.
Yeah.
I mean, here's my take on Gensler. As crazy as this sounds, I agree with the guy. Crypto is rife with scams, bad actors, all this crap going on. He's absolutely 100% right about that. Low liquidity tokens, put your money in, can't get it out. It's like 90 something percent stuff like that. But he went about it like, excuse my language, a complete jerk off. Like he's trying to drive a nail with a bulldozer. You know what I mean? Like just botched. But the underlying, like his whole thing, I agree with. It's got to change, but
there's a better way to do it.
Yeah, he botched his job.
Exactly. And no, I agree. Justine, good to see you, brother. And yeah, there needs to be regulation. I totally agree. We've got to get some type of regulation, get rid of the Wild West, the bad actors. We got to punish the people who are actually rugging shit, stealing shit. Straight up, we need to do that. But you got to give some clarity. It's like, okay, here are the laws. You can't put up a speed limit sign that says, we'll tell you after we stop you. Like, wait, what? Yeah.
A lot of good actors got completely spanked for no reason, and it really stifled a lot of innovation and stuff like that. And that's really sad. And, I can't stand the guy, but his whole underlying spiel, he's 100% right. The whole thing of crypto is 90% just scams and complete BS.
Agreed. And, had he gone about it in a different way, I don't think he did anything right short of, yes, it needs done. That's about the only part he got right. After that, he just fucked it all up, honestly.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's. I totally agree with you, BTK. It does need done, and we do need some changes. The problem is it stifled it so bad, and it put us so far behind. I mean, right now the U.S. is already in this crumbling empire. Let's be honest. The U.S. empire is crumbling, but on top of it, you got people like Gensler who are absolutely destroying the concept of moving to the next financial future, and he stifled it and put us years behind everybody else who's doing it. So now not only is our empire crumbling, but our financial system on top of it is so far behind, it's impossible to recover.
Yeah,
it's impossible. It's just going to take a while.
The dollar is basically a meme coin. I mean, you can compare it to any meme coin, and it's like the same side by side. Bitcoin is a huge thing now. I've become basically a complete Bitcoin maximalist at this point. I do own altcoins and stuff like that, but I look at Bitcoin as more than crypto at this point. Like, I don't say Bitcoin is not really crypto. At this point, it is just a monetary policy and about the hardest money that you can get. They're starting to see that. The problem is that all these other nation states have fully embraced it, are collecting it, have large stores of it, and now the U.S., they have some Bitcoin from seizures and things, that whole Silk Road, like blah, 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 blah. They have a bunch of Bitcoin, but they're going to want a lot more of it, and they're not going to be able to get it without driving the price to the sky. So, I don't know. I think a lot of nasty stuff's going to happen. I see Coinbase and their Bitcoin, they're going to have to actually have it. Millions of Bitcoin that they handle in there, and I think that you might see something like the government say, okay, we're going to seize that and have a nice day, and then you know what, they'll be ahead, problem solved. But like, it's going to be something like that, man. They're not going to be able to get enough Bitcoin to be competitive without buying it on the market and driving the price into the stratosphere, which, trust me, they won't do that. So, I don't know, man. Buckle in.
It's getting crazy. And, I agree. I think Bitcoin is absolutely going to remain a definite store of value. But I don't see it having practical applications on a day-to-day aspect. I think we're going to need a layer 2 or something that can be exchanged much quicker. I think it's definitely go to a digital currency. And I think Bitcoin's going to be the foundation that supports it. But I'm really curious, what do you guys think is going to be built on that for day-to-day transactions?
It's hard to say. I mean, Bitcoin is cool because it's simple. It's like digital gold, it's a commodity. with a static supply. That's never existed before. You know, gold is really good, but one simple question for you, man. How much gold is there?
Not
Right.
a clue.
Exactly. You know, how much Bitcoin is there? We know. And that's the first time in history we've had something like that. So I think that's going to be like your digital gold. And then stuff like Ethereum. I'm big on Ethereum too, you know, with smart contracts. That's already dominant and basically runs everything that's not Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. And then I'm sure there'll be layer 2 solutions with Bitcoin, and you'll see Bitcoin used like for instance, I just heard about something pretty cool. You know who Jason Lowry is?
Heard the name, but I don't.
He's
familiar.
he's Major Jason Lowry. He was the one who wrote that book Soft War, about, you know, proof of work applications, like basically Bitcoin as a weapon. Anyway, he posts on his Twitter this company called AuthLN. And what they do is, like, you know how, let's say like a healthcare website, right? They probably have thousands of people trying to break in, hijack accounts every day, just brute forcing passwords, this and that. And they can sit there and do that for free all day. And then, you know, the company has to take on the responsibility of stopping that, blah, 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 whatever. So this AuthLN was saying that they would use Bitcoin, where you would stake basically with the company just a very, very low amount, like maybe like 1 sat, something like that, right? It's still your Bitcoin. It's staked on the website for your login, right? Every you know, you attempt to log in, it'll escrow that stuff, and then on a successful login, just puts it right back. On an unsuccessful login, it takes it. It goes to the company. So it imposes a cost onto bad actors, right? And it creates a revenue stream for the company. I think you'll see stuff like that more and more and more. That's just like one of the first things that I've seen, but it begins, you know what I'm saying? So there's going to be all kinds of applications for stuff like that too. I mean, we're in the very beginning.
Yeah, we are. It's the time of change. I mean, this is when everything is making that transition, and even the mindsets are changing. And you know, I hate to say it, but if they do that and they charge a sat every time you get wrong login, wild entry, you're going broke, girl.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
sit there and do it for free. And companies are going to love this. It's going to create a revenue stream when people try to hack into the website. You know, either the hacking will just stop or they'll create revenue. You know, so
Kind of pay for their remediations.
you know, and that's just like the first thing that I've seen. That's like I'm sure all kinds of stuff, all kinds of use cases will emerge. And you know what? Everybody's going to have their hands on a little bit of Bitcoin.
Yep, exactly. And I know I've got little bits and pieces here and there just in case. I've never been a Bitcoin maxi, probably because I just don't have the finances to do so. And you know, but collecting some now and holding it and just building up $5 here, $5 there, DCA it. Just keep building it up over the long haul. And yeah, 5-10 years from now, when that becomes the main foundation of all financial system.
Well, the cool thing is, I think I heard this calculation the other day. If you divided everyone in the world, right, and you gave them all an equal share of Bitcoin right now, it's like 0.003 or something like that. It's a very low set, but that's going to soon be impossible. You know what I mean? So, like, honestly, like if you just have a couple of sats laying around, like you're not doing that bad. Hold on to it. Hold on to that stuff long term. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. And
There's
Smiley
it's
just-
very scarce.
Bye, Smiley. Love you. Thanks for stopping in. She had things to do, but she did come in and bless us for a little while. So thank you so much,
Later.
Smiley.
Serenity, can you turn the background music down just a smidge? Because I'm having a hard time hearing specifically you.
Absolutely. Is that better?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And yeah, my StreamYard is being weird just because they updated it today and I didn't get a chance to read up on it because I was busy recording. So I'll play with it later. But if anybody else had problems, let me know. Ashley says, bye, Smiley. So, BTK, I'm kind of curious, bud. So you've gone entirely to Bitcoin now. That's interesting. I know a lot of people have, and there's like this all in or all out kind of thing on the whole Bitcoin maxi thing. And so, if you don't mind me asking, what made you do that transition into dedicated Bitcoin maxi?
I mean, I'm not solely Bitcoin. I would say like maybe 50% of my port is Bitcoin, and the rest is divided, and among a few, like I guess you'd say blue chip alts. But as far as like smaller projects and things, I've been burned so many times and seen them go nowhere. Even if it's a great idea, just messing around with startups and stuff, it's such a gamble. And I've kind of just de-risked all that stuff away. Like I'm not chasing that 1000x anymore. And I just want a good hedge against what I see as, the literal end times of the debt-based monetary system. And I think stuff like Bitcoin, Ethereum, like let's keep it like, top 20 or even top 50 cryptos is basically all that I will mess with anymore. I do have a couple of little speculative things. There's one I like called QRL. It's the quantum resistant ledger, because I think after all this AI hype blows out, in we're a few years out, but quantum computers, that's the next one coming, and that's pretty scary because right now it takes years to crack a private key with like modern CPUs, and this like it's lifetimes. But I don't know, man. In 7, 8, 9 years, quantum computers are going to be available that can do that in 24 hours. So, quantum security, I'm kind of into, and I do collect this one token, like I said, that's kind of a speculative play on that. I just mine a little bit of it every day. Nothing big. No ape.
Nice. I'm gonna have to
Sounds
check that
like
one out,
you've
'cause,
grown up a little bit in crypto.
Yes, and I think that's going to be a trend you see in crypto. It's not going to be so maybe this cycle, but the memes, the fly-by-night projects, the space is going to mature.
I think it has to. I mean, yeah, with legislation like we talked about before, that has to come into play. With that has to push out the gambles. There's still going to be gambles pop up here and there, different things, but they're going to be repackaged. But a lot of them are just going to go away. They simply can't exist. And I think a lot of us are just tired of them.
Serenity, you're fading in and out again.
Why am I fading in and out?
Whoopsie.
I'm going to try something here. I might be back. We'll see how it works.
Okay.
I might be back.
Uh-oh.
Might be back. He probably has to reload. Yeah, they updated StreamYard and he's still playing the catch-up game. So
Seemed like it was lagging a little bit or something. Well, there he is.
How's that? Is that any better?
I don't know.
For now.
We'll have to talk more.
Okay. I did a refresh. I just refreshed the tab because I went
Sing
from
us a
dark
song.
mode to light mode. Sing us a song of a wonderful young man who has just snuck backstage is joining us today. Any guesses?
Rev.
What?
I knew him. As a nice guy, except for he owes me $20. I can't get it out of him. He just won't pay. But yes, Wild Angel, you are correct. Mr. Revenant, how you doing, buddy?
Good, considering that I got here and then you immediately refresh and I heard Lynn say, oh, he's got to catch up. I'm like, speaking of catch up, when I joined, I heard Smiley was taken off. So you've been needing to catch up for a minute.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I hope I'm catching up now. Do I sound a little better, look a little better? Is it? Well, I don't look.
You do.
You sound better.
Okay, cool, awesome. And Jason says I want to agree 100% with BTK. I'm 50% ETH and 50% alts now. Every time someone talks Bitcoin, I want to buy some, but I'm mostly rotated out now. Okay. Yeah, I think things are definitely going to change, and I mean, this is the time when we need to be reacting upon them. And so that's what I really want to talk about you guys talk to you guys about is what are you doing to welcome the change or prepare for it, or can you? I mean, what do you guys think?
You're doing the thing again.
I wonder if it's not your earbuds.
I'll play for a second. You guys answer the question. I'm going to go mess some shit up. I'll be right back.
So So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of change going on, and everybody handles change differently. So, what are some of the ways that you deal with change?
Scream and yell.
Have an existential breakdown.
What are some
Tumble.
practical tools?
Learn and grow.
Crying.
Got learn and grow from BTK, Rev. I didn't hear from you. I didn't hear yours.
Crying.
Crying. I know I tend to fight change. I really don't like it because it can cause conflict, and I really don't like conflict. So
I just every time someone says some along those lines, I always think of the crudes of "Don't touch it, it's new."
right? It's bad enough. I came back from Kansas City and we had to totally factory reset my phone. I still can't get things to connect to my phone.
That's because you broke it.
I didn't. I know I touched it. I took it to Kansas City, but I don't know what happened. But we factory reset my phone, and honey, I need tech support.
As soon as I find somebody who's good at it, I will let you know.
Find someone who speaks English and not the Indians who I have trouble understanding.
Oh,
I have no problem with them. It's just I have such a hard time understanding them.
yeah. I had one of those calls at work today. They were calling for a person, not for agency, and I'm like, "You want who?"
And the thing is, they're actually like, if you think about it, they're super knowledgeable what they're doing, and I don't think they're bad people at all. It's just I have such a hard time understanding them.
Their accents are very heavy.
Yeah. So we will look at your phone, and yeah, I don't know. It's you know, that's a whole nother tangent. That's another rabbit hole we'll go down another day. But you know, it's funny. Walden, you were asking about dealing with change. Now, I had a discussion with you the other day. So, guys, it's time to open up a little bit. I am not good with change. Obviously, I'm high functional autism. We've talked about that time and time again. But over the last week or so, I've kind of been in this almost a state of depression. It took me a while to realize this. I thought I was getting sick. I just always tired. No matter what I do, it's like, God, I'm tired. I don't have the energy. I don't want to. And then I really started digging, and I found out, you know, part of my problem is, for most of my life, I've always been that guy who worked 2 jobs. I work 16 hours a day, no problem. Tragedy come up, flat tire, engine broke, no sweat. I go to work, I make the money, I come home, I fix the car. Piece of cake. But moving into this content creator full time has been very, very challenging for me. And I kind of knew it was a longer road to play, but I didn't realize how difficult that was going to be. Because now I've got things like Galaga, who unfortunately, sadly, is dead at the moment. So I add the parts in the cart to fix it. And then I suddenly realize I can't afford to pay that because I don't have a full-time job. I do this full-time. It's like, oh, wow. And I think that reality of changing careers and mindsets has been very weighing. In fact, I talked to Wild Angel just the other night. And I'm like, I think I figured it out. I think I'm actually dealing with a mild state of depression, unable to be that rescuer and to fix everything. And, you know, you and I had a great talk about that I'm so used to dealing with spur-of-the-moment tragedies, solving them, fixing them, moving on. You're much more of a long-term person. And we've kind of switched roles now, which is really, really weird.
You're not the only one who thinks it's weird.
Right. And so, you know, changes not only in the crypto industry, the financial, the government, everything else, but also in our personal lives. Change can be so difficult to deal with. So I'm curious when, you know, of course, we can plan for financial, the political, whatever. But in your personal life, when you make a major change, what kind of tricks do you do to get past it? Silence. Everybody's like,
Well, don't all jump out up at once.
Well, it's not something I think we consciously think about.
right.
Is, okay, this is a change. This is how I'm going to deal with it. It's a lot of times we just roll with the aftermath of that change.
Good word.
We knew that you were not going to have that income. And so we were aware of the impact, but in theory, but the actual impact, both short and long term, we had not a concrete, this is exactly the way it's going to be. We didn't have that. And so now, almost 2 years later, we're getting some more of that long term. And, I'm good at the long term holds. That's why you give me things to hold on to, because I forget to check my KKF. I don't think I've looked at it since I put it in there. I don't think I've looked at it since I put it in there.
It's probably a good thing.
And so, whatever it does, eventually I'll look at it. I know right now it's not a good time to look at anything. So I just ignore it. I ask Serenity. I rarely go to my wallets. It's like once every 6 months I look at my wallets, unless I need something. But I don't go there. But Serenity has always been the short-term holds. Look at his trading gambles. I mean, that tells you right there. He's a short-term hold person.
I teach everybody else to do long-term. I don't do it.
Right. That's just not his normal wheelhouse. So now that we're getting into more of a long-term and seeing those impacts, we are making more adjustments. And then we, random, oh hell, the world just imploded, and we have to deal with it. So.
Exactly. And no, it's an interesting thing, and I don't think a lot of us think of it. And Ashley says new routines before the start of the change. And Ashley, that's a great one, if possible. I love that addition, because it's one of those where I thought I had a new routine. I thought I was okay. I'm prepared. I'm ready for it. But then I was ready for the first 6 months, maybe a year. Okay, I expected that. But almost 2 years later, it's like, okay, wait a minute. Now all of a sudden, it's starting to weigh on me. And it's kind of funny. The longer things go on, and trying to make that a concrete pattern becomes more difficult. And that's what I kind of run into. And so sometimes things happen in life we just can't prepare for. I mean, we can't prepare what's going to happen 2 years from now in the financial system or superpower, what Russia's going to do. But in the day-to-day lives, I think a lot of us live moment by moment and just kind of react. But what happens when you don't have the ability to react the way you used to? And that's what I think I'm finding the challenge in. What do you think, Crow?
I mean, like what Angel said, a lot of it's the aftermath. A lot of things is how people do things. Like me, if I can't do things the way I usually would, it's usually not pretty. I usually get very mad.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. And Hope Giver says, old age makes it harder. And you're right. You are absolutely right, Hope Giver. And, when I was 20 years old, I'd bounce back. I did whatever. I packed my car, moved to another state. Like, I'm out. Let's go do it again. That's not so easy nowadays. This is challenging. I growed up. See? Occasional adult. What about you, Rev? So you're undergoing a pretty big change of moving and things like that, and lifestyle changes there. So how are you dealing with it when you can't do the normal things you used to do? What are some of the ways you're getting through it?
Honestly, like the joke that I made, it was a legitimate joke about crying and stuff. But a lot of it is, for me, I'm gonna be moving out with my fiance and a couple buddies to an apartment, and it's a lot of emotion there. I've grown up in this household all my life, or not this household specifically, but with the people in this household all my life. And like with Crow, it's not so much of a super close emotional attachment because he's always kind of been online for me. So that's a little bit easier, but it's always, I know he's there. But being able to get up and walk into the other room and talk to you or Wild Angel or TJ Gage, it's going to be different and it's going to be difficult for me. because I miss being able to just walk into the room and like, all right, come on, let's go to the store or something. Let's go hang out. And I won't get that. And a lot of it for me recently was just needing to break down and understand that it's going to be okay. Because yeah, it's going to be stressful because I won't have, what I'm used to, but nothing's really going to change. Instead of a casual conversation, it's going to be a text or a phone call, then the casual conversation. But it's just a small little change for talking with everybody. But a big change in the location I'm going to means I'm going to have to reschedule everything that I do around that. But that won't be too hard. It's just practice. Once you get that practice in, you get that repetition, it's easy. Like playing a guitar. So
That makes sense. And hey, it's I noticed when I was younger, I was a little more resilient to change, I guess is the best way to put it. Nowadays, change is pretty traumatic. So I think what Hope Giver definitely had it right there when it says old age makes it harder. And I think it does. I think it makes them much more challenging. But at the same time, it's something we still have to do because that's how we grow. That's how we adapt. So how about you, BTK? What are some of the tricks you use when you're going into a new situation or you're changing something rather traumatic in your life?
I mean, I'm fortunate that I have a great support system, friends, family, stuff like that. And, you kind of do your best to figure it out. But if you get a little lost, then you can always lean on that a little bit. And usually it can help you through it or find a way to think about it that's more helpful to you because you might, be a little clouded by it all. But I would say, yeah, like just talk to people and develop your schema for the situation. It's brand new and you can try all you want, but it's very hard to do things completely by yourself. You got to get some input from other people, outside opinions, from people who care about you. They aren't going to just tell you whatever. Have some down home conversations, and usually you'll, it's a chance to grow. You embrace it, and the people around you will help push you up that ladder. You know what I mean? You can do it. You can do anything. That's what you have to remember. It's just, you have to find the means. And that's very helpful for me. It's just talking to people I care about me, explaining the situation, and just you have to understand what's going on. And then at that point, you can begin to deal with it. But until you do, probably just going to be, crying or screaming or bang your head on something. And that's not helpful, but,
Exactly. And, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Wild Angel.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was curious. So, BTK, one thing, like I told you guys, I went into Wild Angel last night and I was talking to her. And even as long as we've been together, as much as we know, and we've been through the darkest of times, the brightest of times, I found it very difficult to go in and say, hey, I think I have a problem. I think this is what's weighing on me. And I don't want to say felt ashamed, but almost vulnerable, very vulnerable. And I was a little bit scared, not going to lie to you. Do you run into the same problem as BTK where, putting it out there, that's like almost a terrifying act?
Yeah, it can be. It can be, but that's why I recommend, and, unfortunately not everyone has people like that, but you find people you can connect with who want to hear what you have to say, who care about you, and just discuss it with them. Even if it's just like, like God or something, find a way to do it.
I know that
Exactly.
last night, I said to Serenity that maybe just the fact that he is now aware that this is what could have been going on, and the fact that he has put it out there, and it's not such an internal struggle. Now there's also the external, and to get the support for that, maybe things will get better because it is now outside, not inside.
Yep. And I can tell you, it made a huge difference. Today I was back in the studio, back at work, and felt so much better. And yeah, BTK, it's like you mentioned, a lot of people may not have that. So I want to offer this up. Anybody out there, if you're part of the Down Home Crypto community, you can always DM me. You can ask anybody here. If you DM me in Discord, I respond pretty quickly. You know what? The fact that you're with us on this journey, whether it's crypto or not, doesn't matter. The fact that you're in our community, that you're part of our family, makes you family. So I can tell you this in all honesty. I've done pretty much everything your mother told you not to do. I've been in some of the darkest places on earth. I've been arrested. I've been down the rabbit hole of addiction. I've done all this stuff, so I can relate to a lot of things. Maybe not everything. But the long story short is you're not alone. And if you don't have anyone to talk to, man, reach out to me. Reach out to Wild Angel, Crow, Revenant, BHK, one of us. We are always here to help others because we've been in those dark times when we had no one to turn to. So I want you to know you're not alone. You have somebody you can turn to. And you know what? I will get on camera day or night, whatever it takes, to try to help you get through it. Now, can I solve it? No guarantees. Like Wild Angel said, sometimes just getting it out helps a ton. And I can tell you firsthand, it really did help me today. And Ashley said, I'm totally okay to admit I'm not coping right now. I went back on meds today.
And
Sorry to hear that,
okay.
Ashley. Right. Sometimes we have to. Sometimes we have to take a step back. And, I relapsed through my recovery. I had a couple relapses. And I had to realize I had to forgive myself. For some reason, that occurred. And that's okay. Tomorrow, I'm going to pick myself up and I'm going to keep going. And Ashley, I know you'll do the same. So, biggest thing, don't beat yourself up over it. Yes, you tripped, you fell. Okay, we get up, we brush the dust off, and we keep going. And the biggest thing, as long as we don't choose to stay in that environment, we don't choose to stay that addiction, then we're still healing, we're still recovering. We're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. Just means we love you even more.
And Ashley, after what you went through last week, I don't blame you for going back on meds. I probably would have had a really hard time coping with that. And so, you know what? Kudos to you for asking for help, because that says that you are a hell of a lot stronger than you think you are. And so we love you. Ups, downs, sideways, we love you anyway. So you're always welcome here, and we will always have your back.
Absolutely. And Flight Sim Squadron says, I agree with that. And not only for crypto, for my relationship had been hit hard moving down south, but I reached out and found people that speak English and some who don't. There you go, buddy. And that's it. Speaking of, I happen to know this individual is hiding backstage. Let's bring him on up. Mr. Braden.
Hey, Braden.
How you doing, brother?
Hello. I'm not doing not too bad. Today was really busy. It was very hot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very hot. That's right. You're down south, so for our winter, it's your summer, so it's changing here.
Right now, it's actually the winter here, like the end of it. So yeah, it is opposite, I guess, because it's about to start your winter there.
Right. Yeah, we're the end of summer here. And no, I love what you said. And yeah, it's changes like that can be very traumatic. And anything in life can be traumatic. We never really know what it is. The biggest thing is, find somebody for support. And man, you've always got us to reach out to, as long as I know it's you. By the way, speaking of, I want to shift gears real quick. What happened, Braden? Did you actually get hacked, or what happened there?
I did get hacked.
Alexa,
my
stop.
Steam got hacked, my Discord got hacked, Instagram got hacked, email got hacked, everything got hacked. Yeah. That was it. I've spent like the last 2 days recovering from that, and like you noticed, I had to make a new Discord, which is like annoying.
I can only imagine. I couldn't even imagine if I got hacked. Did you ever figure out how or why?
I didn't figure out how or like why my two-factor authentications didn't work or like didn't stop it, because I didn't get any messages, and all of a sudden my Instagram and Discord was like, we detect suspicious information. And I was actually talking with somebody on Discord. I don't remember who, but I saw like, I guess it was like in my chats, like a bunch of new messages I was sending, just popping up like on the left. And the person I was talking to just kept getting pushed further and further and further down the list, because it started messaging everybody and in every chat room. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was not great. Luckily, I didn't lose anything other than my Discord account because I have unspeakable amounts of money in Steam, and that would be bad if I lost that. But usually Steam support is pretty good for that kind of stuff. I gotta be like Diamond tier member, like Emerald Club, for Steam.
I can relate to that. And
Yeah.
no, I'm glad you got it back. And that can be very frustrating as well. I know Rev, you got a message from Braden the other day that the Gauge got. So what was that all about?
That was part of the hack.
Oh, what? Okay.
That was the hack. It sent that message like, this is like a $50 gift card for Steam or something, to everybody in my chat and every channel I was in. Everything, just spammed it to everybody.
I wonder if you got SIM swapped.
I don't think so. I have my phone like pretty on me, and it's pretty dang hard to open the SIM slot on my phone.
Well, I don't know. They can do it. Unethical employee of cell phone company. There's a lot of ways to do it. I don't even know if they need physical access, but if they were taking your 2FA codes, then that might be what happened.
But they weren't taking my 2FA codes. The 2FA codes didn't appear in my email. I have 2 backup emails. So if any suspicious, my 2FA is to my email. My main email.
Never mind.
If that gets any like security alerts, it'll forward that message to 3 other email accounts that I own.
Wow.
So if one gets hacked, all the rest know about it, and I can see. And I got none of that for Discord. Steam does the same, and Instagram does the same. And I got none of that. So it was the first thing that tipped me off was the messages that like we're sending out. I saw one of them send out like $50 Steam gift card, and then all of a sudden my Discord was like, we detected suspicious information. Your account is gonna be paused. Bye. And then Rev texted me a few minutes later. He was like, did your account get hacked? Then all my friends texted me too. I'm like, yes, it got hacked. I had to make an Instagram post making sure everybody knew. And I've recovered it all by now.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you recovered it.
Yeah.
So, and guys, if real quick, security is key, but things go wrong sometimes. So if you ever get a message from myself or anybody up here, and you're not sure it's us, just say, "Hey, let's get on camera." Just like I did with Braden today. I'm like, "Dude, prove it." Not to be rude, but yeah, I'm gonna make you prove it.
I knew. I was at a restaurant. I was like, I'll just send him a video. I can't get on a video call, but I'll just send him a video.
Right.
Like, this enough proof for you?
Yeah, and it was. So I'm glad you got it back, and I'm glad you didn't go backwards. And I want to back up real quick to Ashley's post. Says, right now I refuse to go backwards. So thank you so much, loves. Just struggling and knew I needed to stop before I spiraled. And Ashley, you know what? We've all been there. We've been at that point in time where we know we're going to go further down the rabbit hole, or we're going to get back up. We're not quite sure how we got there some days. But the fact that you didn't continue to spiral, man, that is so powerful. That is amazing. I'm very proud of you. And if there's anything we can do to help, please let us know. Just know that you are loved. And we're glad to see that you're still here. You're still going forward. And that is something to be very proud of. I was waiting for Wild Angel to comment there.
I already said what I had to say.
Okay.
Because Ashley, you know what? Sometimes we have to trust others to see what we can't see because we're too close. We see that you are amazing. You are still amazing. You will be amazing. Just right now you're struggling. And that's okay.
Exactly. And you know what? Struggling is a good thing. That means you're trying. It means you haven't given up. So be proud of the struggle. Embrace it. Hopefully you overcome it quickly. But at the same time, just the fact that you're doing it, I think that's awesome personally. So my hat's off to you, girl. We got you back. Keep it up. Sealy, we know you're supporting, and whatever we can do, we're always here.
And it'll sneak up and bite you when you least expect it. Over the last 2 weeks, we've gotten 3 or 4 sympathy cards from the vets, and I'm gonna cry again.
Okay, so yes, Wild Angel's going to duck out because, yes, as you guys know, we had to put Chloe to sleep a few weeks ago, and it was pretty tragic, and it's still hard to deal with. And we keep getting these sympathy cards, and every time we get one, Wild Angels starts shit up like, oh God, I was just getting over it, and here we go again. So yeah, I'm kind of curious now when those events happen. Got one today. Yes, we did get one today. When that happens, when you guys get reminded of that, how do you deal with it? How does it affect you personally? Crow?
I zone out.
Okay.
I'll
just
sit
numb
there.
it and
No, I
act like it
just,
doesn't exist?
No, I'll just sit there and like, if you've seen it, like if you're looking for it and you see it, you'll know. I'll just be staring at something. I won't be saying anything. I'll just be staring. And I'll just get lost into it. And I just sit there and how do you guys sit with your wagon? You just sit there and deal with it.
Yep. For anybody who doesn't know, that's a reference to the movie Inside Out. Great movie, and it's actually something we watched in recovery. Trying to segregate our emotions and things like that, but it's not easy to sit there with that damn red wagon. Some days I hate that wagon. I really do. But I know I have to sit with it sometimes. How about you, BTK? How do you deal with it, buddy?
I don't know. Just try to do something with your hands. You know what I mean? Go like I have this whole ham radio hobby. Go build something or work on something and just, occupy my mind. Build something, just I would recommend just do something with your hands.
Absolutely. Always helps. Definitely. How about you, Rev?
Well, at the moment, I'm loading up a game, so it's very loud and very hard to hear. But a lot of for me is just, like Crow was saying, was sit and fester with it. But a lot for me is do something to take my mind off it a little bit, but don't just shove it back and then forget about it. Something that we have to deal with, and just trying to ignore it is probably the worst thing that can happen that you can do.
I know, I've done that. I've ignored a lot of things until they bit me in the ass, and it's always 10 times worse then. It's like, seriously, why didn't I just deal with it when it happened? Yeah, I agree. And she's back. Welcome back. How about you, Braden? I saw what you typed here. I'll go and let you talk, buddy.
Yeah, I normally just let it fester. It's probably not the best for my self-esteem, but it doesn't hurt anybody else, and I can think about it later. Like when I'm sleeping, when I'm trying to go to sleep, it just kind of like stays there and keeps me from sleeping. But, you gotta do what you gotta do, and sometimes those are those nights where you just game all night long.
Okay, is that my excuse? Can I say that? It's like, oh, okay. See, then I get called out and I get yelled. Yeah, see? Right there. I get yelled at. It's like, no, you need to be talking about it, getting it out, and dealing with it, not letting it fester, because that leads to relapse, that leads to it's a chain reaction of events, and it goes really ugly.
It really just depends on what it is.
Talk back and forth.
If I let it fester, like if it's something that'd be bad if it happened again, then yeah, I'll deal with it with like the person. I'm not really sure what exact kind of things we're talking about here, but if it is something like I offended somebody or something like that, I would just, I offended somebody on accident. I would, bring it up with the person as soon as I felt good again, not angry at them or anything like that.
That's fair. And I know Crow and I do that, where we'll have nights where we will want to punch each other in the face. And we both know it's like, okay, we're going to take a step back. We'll check in with them tomorrow, and then we'll sit down and we'll discuss it. And it gets heated a little bit, but it's passionate, not anger. And I think that works great. And yeah, Ash, I agree. Communication tablet, it talks, oh, okay. I say communication all the way around. That's key. Absolutely key. And I want to back up here because Sealy came in, said his, hi, I'm his AAC. Got repeated blood work back. He's still healthy, and the doctor don't know what to do. I'm laughing so hard. Okay. Okay, a communication tablet. It talks for him. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
AAC, I asked what it was.
Okay,
She
gotcha.
was bring me. So
Gotcha. Okay, I'm back up speed now. Yeah, sorry, I went down the rabbit hole. I got lost there for a second. So, of course, now this is not always about negativity. In fact, there's some positivity in the world, and one I definitely want to give a shout out to is, if you don't already know. Oh, hold on. I didn't share screen first. I do this every time. Why don't I do this? If you don't already know,
It is the ducks.
it is the ducks. Yes, Project Duck Depression, guys. Because not everybody has someone to talk to. Not everybody can get in Discord and has a family like ours. Says, hey, Serenity man, I need to chat for a while. Okay, that's okay. Believe it or not, if you go out and leave little yellow ducks around, the people who need to find them, they will.
they don't
And
have to be yellow.
No, they can be any color. Good point. Sorry, my bad. But, Project Depression's really trying to help those people. And there are people everywhere that need this assistance. They need that little boost of positivity in their day. So do me a huge favor. Go out and follow them on Facebook. Right there's the link. And become a part of Project Duck Depression. Because I can tell you it really does make a difference. I found little yellow ducks. I've left little multicolored ducks. And I can't help but smile when I find one. So try to help your fellow man, because right now in the time of change, man, things are scary. And I think we all experience that. So go out, spread the joy, even if say hello, wave to somebody, smile at them, leave a little duck on the cash register, whatever you're doing. Go out and have some fun.
We have probably in the last month, we've gotten 6 new people at the office. And so somebody had made a comment about this one guy. He has a row of little glitter ducks. Exactly. That's what the window of his cubicle looks like, Ashley. And so he's been collecting them around the office and put them across his window. And somebody's like, what's up with the ducks? Oh, I had to tell him about the ducks. And then somebody else asked me about ducks. Or somebody else said something about ducks. I'm like, yeah, they're all over. I said, oh, I guess I need to put more ducks out. Because normally I drop ducks at new people's cubicles. And I think I missed some people.
You
So,
missed people? Oh, you didn't duck them?
apparently I didn't. Hey, I ducked the Capitol building.
Rah! We're probably going to get in trouble for that later, I'm sure.
Nah. I've been back over there. I didn't see any ducks.
Well, you better take more over.
Apparently.
So definitely check out Project Duck Depression, guys, because they are a good cause and for spreading the positivity in the world, especially when the tides of change hit. Now, I'm kind of curious, guys, and the reason why I call this Tides of Change instead of Winds of Change, as the song. Everybody know the song by Scorpions? Raise your hand if you know it. Okay, yeah, right. I love he is collecting them. Yes, got to collect the ducks.
I know, it's great.
But have you guys noticed that life kind of runs on a pattern or a cycle? People talk about, okay, 3 bad things happen, 3 good things.
They do.
It's like, do they? Is that just me or is that everybody's experience?
Death always comes in 3s.
Wow, okay, that got extreme and dark. Thanks.
I mean, it always comes in 3s.
You know Brad Perkins, right?
Yeah.
I forget who exactly it was, but yeah, he had 3 close friends in his life die back to back to back.
Wow, this just got really depressing. Thanks, guys. I need a drink.
Well, that's the biggest one. I mean, weddings come in 3s. Babies come in 3s.
Yeah.
Like 3 people in our office are pregnant or have had a baby within the last 6-8 months.
Hopefully
So
from
they're-
different people.
Yeah.
Just checking, man.
They're in threes.
Man, office orgy? What kind of place you running over there?
It's like, wow, okay, so first they're all getting pregnant by the same people, then they're all jumping out the window at the same time. Wow, what a great place to work. Thanks, I'll pass.
I'd rather not be traumatized. Thank you.
Exactly. You know, people in the North Carolina-Tennessee border, check on them. Yes, absolutely, Ashley. And I was kind of curious because I know you're down south a little, or not quite that far south. BTK, you're north of this hurricane coming through. Is that going to hit you, or how's that going to work out, buddy?
I'm not expecting it to. Maybe. I know Florida's getting wrecked right now, but
Poor Kelly.
I might be far enough north that I don't have to deal with too much of that. I know that the line workers have been very busy for the past couple weeks, upgrading everything, and I've seen a few bucket trucks out past couple days. You know, probably maintenance and stuff like that. But I don't know. I haven't been tracking it that closely. Just kind of watching the reels come in about all the devastation down in Florida.
Okay, and yeah, I didn't know how much that moved up the coastline for you guys. I know the West Coast, we got a bunch of mountain stuff. I just didn't know how much made it to you.
It's been windy and gray, but you know, no more than usual.
Okay, that's fair.
I've got one
Now-
girl in New Orleans, and I haven't heard from her. I know it wasn't supposed to get that far west. It was supposed to be on the Atlantic side of Florida, not in the Gulf. But yeah, I haven't heard from her. I'm gonna have to check on her.
Absolutely. And you know, somebody else, guys, if another sponsor that I love to shout out here is Carmel Farm Sanctuary. Now, they are an animal sanctuary in Florida. That's you Bonks and Kelly. And so I haven't heard from either one. I did send you Bonks an invite tonight. I hope they're doing well. So guys, gals, if you're out there, definitely keep them in your prayers. And if you want to help Carmel Farm Sanctuary out, definitely check them out on Facebook and get to know them. Amazing people. And you know, they're some of the people that actually drove me into what I'm doing today. So I kind of blame Alex for that. But they're another one of the big things that inspire me every single day. And, oops, well, that's the wrong one. Let me try to go. There we go. So as you can see, I got my Project Duck Depressions and my Carmel Farm. That's my motivation every single day. So thank you guys for being that. And all I can say is, hey, definitely check them out because they're doing some great things as well. And said Florida and Georgia really got hit, but it's ugliness from the rainfall, okay? And Louisiana was safe.
Oh, thank God. They actually live on a boat, and they had a little bit of engine trouble, so they anchored in New Orleans, and now they're sitting out hurricane season in New Orleans before heading down to Puerto Rico and the Bahamas.
Sounds like they should have left like 2 weeks ago or further.
Actually, hurricane season started a while back, so they
Okay.
for, they stay inland during hurricane season. Either they have to go back up north to the States, or they have to go farther south in the ocean to get away from the hurricanes to be
Gotcha.
safe.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha. So, okay.
thank
So if you do
for
have
that,
any,
Ashley.
yes, and if you do have any friends, family anywhere, was that the southeast United States? Definitely check on them. You know, our prayers are with them. Hopefully, all is well. But definitely give them a call just to verify.
Hey, Braden, you doing okay over there?
It's not really hitting here too bad. We just got gray clouds, rain, flooding. It's fine. Normal.
All right, well, I pick on my one person I know over there.
Perfect. Rain and flooding. That's normal. That's kind of scary, actually.
I'm much more west. I'm pretty much the same latitude or longitude as Idaho. So
Right.
it's
Oh, you
Yeah,
said
I've
that-
kind of looked up your area on the map, and you're like straight down. If we could throw a rock,
Yeah.
we could
yeah,
hit you.
I'm straight down. So
to check on people southwest, and he classifies as semi-southwest.
well, I mean there is flooding, but it's not really from the hurricane. It's just from the rain. I can send some pictures to you guys, and you'll be doubting
Nice.
I have a
if you'll
terrible
survive
joke.
coming here.
Oh God. Terrible jokes. We like terrible jokes.
Okay. So you all hear about vampires in England and all around the world and stuff, but you know where you don't hear about vampires from? Africa. You don't hear about African vampires. They're just not a thing. Do you know why?
Why?
Because someone blessed the rains down in Africa.
That was good, Crow. That was really good.
Toto strikes again. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so when are we gonna remove him and not allow him back?
Never. He's family, man. We never eliminate family. We're just stuck with us. Yeah. It's like you guys are stuck with me.
Oh,
Only
the
for at
Ashley
least
loved it.
1 more years. It's fine.
I don't know. Every day is a blessing because I woke up above the dirt. One day I won't. Somebody will smother me in my sleep with a pillow. I'm waiting for it.
No, we'll just bury you alive, and you can wake up under the dirt.
Ooh, that would suck.
I won't let
Yeah.
him do that to you, Cam. Don't worry.
Thank you. I
say
appreciate.
wake up above the dirt. Well, the bad thing would be if you woke up below the dirt.
That's a good point. That would suck. Buried alive? No thanks. I'll pass.
So much more better ways to go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I definitely want to go peacefully in my sleep, not screaming like the passengers in my car.
I don't know. It'd kind of be funny to be screaming.
On my car, you're pretty safe. She's kept me safe all these years. But back to the winds, the trade. That's all, folks. Thanks. The tides have changed. So, we've seen some drastic changes over the last few months in the financial world, in the political world, in the what's going on in the war over in the Middle East. I mean, all this stuff. What do you guys think we're going to be seeing in the next 3 to 6 months? I'm really kind of curious what your thoughts are.
Thank
About
God on
anything.
this fight. I hope that it's vampires in Africa.
It's impossible.
Thanks, Crow.
It's impossible. The rains are blessed.
It's not impossible. Someone's gonna figure it out.
Just got to curse the rains.
What's a Final Destination log death? Ashley, I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, it's where
Oh.
you're going behind somebody. Truck with the logs.
If you don't watch the whole movie, just
Oh.
YouTube that scene. Like literally type
Gotcha.
that into YouTube.
I've never seen the movie. I don't even
Oh
know
my
anything about
goodness.
it.
I've seen the movie, and I'm like the youngest one here.
It's Final Destination was a video game that I'm aware of. I did not
Based on a
know it was
movie.
a movie.
Oh my
Right.
god!
So, yes, Wild Angel does not like scary movies or anything that has that blood, guts, gore. I love Final Destination. I think they're awesome. They're so creative on different ways you can die. And yes, in that particular scene, logging truck, chain breaks, all these logs come off in the middle of the freeway, start bouncing through windshields, and just,
Oh,
it's
Oh.
ugly. Yeah.
Lynn
What?
said Final Destination was a game. I only thought was bitch. That's cheating. I'm not dead yet.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing to think about.
That was the one with the rose. What movie was that?
Stay Alive, I believe.
Yes, Stay Alive. Good movie. Okay, now we're kicking to horror movies.
killed me.
So, change
So-
in the next 6 months.
Yeah. So what are you guys thinking is the next drastic changes we're going to see? Is it going to be technology, political? What do you guys think? Good, Crow. You spoke up. You get first.
Definitely political. I mean, the political environment's constantly changing. I probably won't know what happens, but something will change within the next 6 months.
well, yeah. Something's going to change somewhere. That's a gimme. Any ideas what?
Nope.
No?
I'm not into it enough.
Me either.
I think in the next 3 to 6 months, you'll see a price change in Bitcoin to the upside.
Yeah.
And a lot of political distractions.
Look over here.
we're not already getting political distractions?
On the scale of the next 3 to 6 months, no, not quite.
The propaganda machines are really starting to rev up.
They're really going, yeah.
They're starting to hit the gas pedal. They're just not at full bore yet.
They're getting a little scared that Trump might win. So they're going to end that one.
I'm over here. Why would you be scared of an Oompa Loompa? It's the wrong color.
An orange Oompa Loompa.
I'm just scared of the person that's already been in office saying what they're going to do when they get in the office again. That's what I'm scared of.
What is that? Enlighten me, because I actually don't know. I don't keep up with political.
Kamala's already been in office for the last 4 years. She could have done all this stuff that she's saying she'll do. Why hasn't she done it now? What's
So
she
it's
waiting
more
for?
like
What's she
scared
waiting for?
that she's going to get back in that position of power and then absolutely
And
nothing.
just do the same, or make inflation even worse than what it is now, when it's somewhere around like 14%, which is way above hyperinflation.
Right.
The only reason the United States hasn't fallen is because they keep people in the dark. Most of the population is in the dark and fine with paying like insane prices for things. So they're just going to ride that for as long as they can. Keep printing money, keep buying bonds with that money that they're printing in the endless cycle until somebody realizes and calls them out, like a lot of people have done.
Wasn't that what kind of BRICS nations is doing right now, is calling them out?
I mean, yeah, a lot of nations called them out. Hell, even El Salvador called them out. The president here called them out. Told in the CPAC. I mean, the president here told everybody that was at CPAC exactly how the U.S. economy works and what your taxes go to. And I mean, that I'm sure that woke up a lot of people, but not enough people.
Using my kindergarten hand. I just got a message from Kelly. She said, because I asked them how they're doing and how they handled the hurricane and if they're okay. Kelly says they're okay. Thanks for checking. It was pretty scary. Lots of downed trees and branches and standing water and no power for over 24 hours so far. But everyone is okay.
Okay, good to hear.
There's a Kelly and Alex update.
Right. Did you let him know we're thinking about him? We were talking about him?
I did. I
Okay.
just actually asked her if it was okay if I let everybody know, and I kind of jumped the gun before she answered me. I said we were just talking about them on Freaky Friday. So,
Perfect.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
and
they're
that's a
good.
good thing.
Yeah.
So, did all the animals make it okay? All that's fine?
She says everyone is okay. So, and I
Okay.
asked her specifically, how are her and Alex and the critters? So, included them. And so she says everybody is okay.
Okay.
Give me
I think
this-
Alex is one of the critters.
They're not just
think that works.
critters. They're love creatures. They're pets. They
Yes.
are family.
They are. It's just
Everybody is.
it was a good group term instead of listing them all out.
Can you name all the critters?
God no.
Gimli and Henry and
Already
Scarlet.
said Henry.
There's two Henrys. There's Henry the chicken and Henry the pig. Henry with an I or Henry with a Y. Kyle the rooster. Galadriel is right there in that picture, the white one. Radagast is the baby. He's not so little anymore. Gimli is his daddy.
Damn, she got like the whole family history. I'm impressed.
And there is Godric the goose. And
I'm sorry. What? Godric?
Godric.
I hated Godric. I think Crow only knows what I'm
Oh.
talking about because I don't know if anyone else has played Elden Ring.
AKA Bonks. Bonks is Godric. And what's the other one with the crossbeak? Oh hell, I can't remember.
Oh hell, that's a cool name.
And who's I can't remember.
Right.
Hey, I think I did pretty good.
I think you did great. Yeah, I could have done that well. There you go. There's Karma Farms family tree, guys. Definitely check him out.
And then there's a whole bunch more.
Right. Yeah, that's only the tips of the iceberg.
Yeah.
And let's see, we barely passed bills due 50 split in rep and Senate vote and start holding them accountable. Yeah, unless it's, what was it, banning TikTok, where they got like 72% in like 2 days or some record time.
Record
Yeah.
time.
That was an outlier.
Yeah, that was
broke
totally
some-
crazy.
That broke some records.
They
Yeah,
never
that did.
do.
That was insane. Time prepare for storm going to hit Cat 1. Oh, wow, it went from Cat 1 to Cat 4 in hours? That's
It-
crazy, Ashley.
It did like 4
Yeah.
hours before it made landfall. In Florida, it jumped from a 1 to a 4.
That's
It was-
insane.
I did see that on my feed this morning.
Talking
Interesting.
about storms, I sent Serenity some pictures of the flooding here. You can choose if you want to put them up or not, but I sent you the pictures. It's not too much water.
It's not too much. These streets are flooded. What's your definition of not a lot? Because this seems like a lot.
No, it's not too much. It's only like a few inches.
Oh, my God.
Whoops.
You're so full of it. Yeah. What's with the dude in the paddles paddling his bus down the road? I'm kind of curious about that one. Yeah.
I guess the engine hydrolocked. I'm not sure. Look at that.
That's normal? Are you kidding me?
That's
Inches?
normal. Yeah.
Few inches of water. Sure, sure.
That car's almost
You know,
flooded.
after
Yeah.
12 inches, it converts to feet, right?
Yeah.
Not down there. They're in the metric system. It's okay.
So that's weird. When in construction, we use metric because it's more precise. But for everything else, we use feet and miles. For like driving, we use feet and miles. But for construction, when you have to be like precise, as you can see by the power lines and the building quality, we use the metric system. You know.
Well, how can you tell? Because the pole looks like it's crooked and it's underwater. So a little hard to tell,
Yeah.
man. What do you measure off the top of the wave or what?
Yeah.
I love how he
That's
says,
crazy.
Look at the building quality. He realizes that quality is like wood material and not the height or measurements, right?
Yeah. I mean like the construction, like, I guess, tolerances.
I don't know, from where the water is, it still don't look straight.
Any
Yeah,
construction
they're-
I've ever done, we
It's-
use all
it's
them
not straight.
dang fractions.
Yeah.
Right.
You said there was no building codes down there.
There's some, not that many, but some.
Some must be at 45-degree angle with water.
Yeah.
Right. Proper runoff is required. That's about it.
Proper run off 2 wavelengths of,
And your
waves.
front door has to be sealed very, very tight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Waterproof for the first 6 feet. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, some. I like that, Ashley. Some.
No,
That makes
there's,
you
like,
wonder.
There's no like stair codes, like stair pitch codes, but there's like other really needlessly complex codes, like outlets. Outlets are like very complex, like complicated. Like what
Well,
you
they
guys
have-
were talking about, like what you guys were talking about yesterday, or whatever day about the outlet for the counter.
They have
Oh, we were
It's-
talking about countertop codes.
the Americans with Disability Act that says that you have to put your outlets at 16 inches and your switches at 42.
Is that what
Yep.
that's for?
Yeah, it's called
Mhm.
the Americans with Disabilities Act, and a lot of places, commercial buildings and stuff like we build, that that's a standard. All the receptacles are 16 inches. All of the light switches are 42 inches, and
the
most
floor.
of the time, you'd put them at 18 and 46. But that's the American Disabilities Act. The other thing is, like, there's codes and things like that, but then there's also the spec that you're given by the architect or the building or whatever involved with the contract, which might be a lot more stringent than just the codes. Like, if you build this place just a code, they're going to be like, what the hell? You're not going to get paid because, sometimes we're building hospitals, things like that, and they have a spec that they're looking for that goes well beyond the code. One that we were building, for instance, was like a drop ceiling in this laboratory, and usually you just pull your MC or Romex and then your Cat 6 and everything through the ceiling, support it, blah blah, you're done. This place, they spec'd it, everything above the ceiling had to be in not even EMT, IMC pipe, threaded pipe, data, power, everything, you know what I mean, had to be in IMC pipe. And man, that was a fun job. I was actually running a lot of that. I ran around. I had a threading machine that fit on my cart, and I go room to room and pipe them all out, and we pull all this stuff in. But yeah, they wouldn't allow us to just pull MC through the ceiling or pull Cat 6 through the ceiling. All had to be in pipe, and that's not code. That's the spec.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're handling blood and this and that and the other thing that could be, contain nasty stuff. They were just like, you know what? Put it all in threaded pipe. Doesn't matter. We don't care. That's our spec. That's what we're paying for.
I got this one project we're doing. They want 1-inch FMC to all their data panels. Like, what do you put in your FMC? Oh, maybe, one Cat 6 or one fiber optic. Like,
Just one.
just one. Oh, okay, if that's what you want.
Yeah. BTK, it sounds like your building codes over on the East Coast are a lot different than ours here on the West. I mean, we're getting away with this minimal as possible. You guys are going above and beyond. That's just crazy to me.
Well, that's the distinction I'll make again. This isn't code. This is like spec. So code is the bare minimum, and then these are facilities where they require more than the bare minimum in their spec of, how the new construction needs to go.
Right. And here we argue with the architects just to get them to meet code. And most times they don't even want to do that. It's like, are you serious? Yeah, it's like total different mindsets. That's wild.
Yep.
And that could also be the type of buildings that you're building.
Exactly.
At Nashua, it's, yes, some of like the hotels, the stacked up ones. But I think he's talking about like medical facilities.
Yeah,
Right.
or large, gas
Right.
refining, anything like the, big industrial facilities usually have those more stringent specs, but, anything. But that's what makes it a
Right.
little bit interesting and kind of a challenge, because you could be like consummately familiar with code and like, yeah, I need you to go here and put in this stuff, and you do it to code, and then they're like, dude, you're screwing us. We're not going to get paid. You need to read the spec. They won't allow you to install this way. And you say, well, I did it exactly to code. And it's like, dude, read the spec. They will not allow this. They want this. And it's usually something above and beyond the code.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Changes all the time, job to job.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's great because, yeah, so many people around here, I think we're a lot like El Salvador. It's like, we'll get away with as minimal as humanly possible. Even the bigger place. I mean, we've done hotels and things like that, and they did the same thing. It's like, seriously? It's like, you can't do that. Like, oh, yeah, we want to do it this way. Like, no. Sounds like you guys are building a lot better the further east you go. Because there's 6 volcanoes within 50 miles? Okay, that's fair.
The seismic codes, yeah.
Yep. We have earthquakes like at least, I don't know what the scale is, but I mean enough to get people to go out of their houses every like few weeks,
Oh, wow.
or at least
saw-
once a week. Once a week we have a decent one you can feel.
So is that why they don't have too many building codes down there? Are they just going to snap them back together again afterwards, or what?
I don't know. I mean, the buildings here are pretty structural. Certainly not like in the United States, but it's more just the mindset and the construction cost, because a 2x4 here, I'm not sure the cost of 2x4 in the US, but a foot of 2x4 is like $30.
Okay,
Damn.
a 2x4 stud, so the 92 and like
5/8.
5/8 of, thank you. 92 and 5/8 inch by 2x4s run at Lowe's about $347 a piece for an 8-foot.
Yeah.
Well, that much short of 8 feet, but
Yeah, so
Eh.
they just use like the minimal amount of wood that they can, and they build a lot of things out of wood because it's so humid here and rainy and windy that if you build all the concrete, it's gonna crack. Even if you put rebar in it, it's gonna crack and it's gonna break. So just build out of wood. It's easier to fix, and you can, and it looks better. I mean, honestly, wood looks better than concrete does.
Okay, so what
For-
I'm hearing
for,
is
like,
you're using
houses.
a material that will warp with humidity in a humid climate. That's why all your buildings look they were made by a drunk. Okay, I'm with you now. I'm with
Don't
you.
forget to get the board stretcher out. That way, you can reuse some of those pieces and really like fuse them back
I
together.
mean, you just gotta come down here. Don't stop hating on it when it's the safest country in the hemisphere.
Yeah, that's because all your shit's
Wow.
back into place. Like, oh, this wall fell out. Hold on, let me just
Legos.
put it back
Stretcher.
here, and we're good.
That's my
Gotta
good
love it.
friend, Mike there with that comment. Joe,
Mhm.
we've been friends since we were little kids, man, and he's an electrician too.
another one.
Awesome.
Oh, no.
Welcome.
More.
Good to have you, Joe. Had to build the engineered plan specs when I was doing commercial solar, above and beyond the NEC electrical codes. Yeah, and that's the thing. The NEC is bare minimum. It really is. And the scary part is counties can even overwrite the NEC. They say, nah, we don't want to adopt that part. It's okay. Here in Idaho, we're running, 3 years behind, Crow? On a standard?
I think last time I
We're
checked,
still
it
on
was
the-
in 17.
Yeah. I think they're just now upgrading to the 2020. That's how bad it is here, guys. So, yeah, the fact that you guys are building that stuff to that degree, I think it's awesome. I love it.
Yep. It's mostly the, big commercial stuff. You're building a house for somebody. It's going to be as per NEC. You know what I mean?
Right.
But these are like the bigger commercial industrial projects. You usually see those specs. And, it comes with a whole blueprint panel schedule. There's like 20, 40 panels, big room with a bunch of switch gear, transfer switches. Like it's a big ass electrical system.
See, I think it's pretty cool. I know I just got something from the electric union here. They're offering outrageous money to go out and work 50 hours a week at a data center out in Kuna, I
Oh.
think it is.
Data center, that's some good work, man.
Yeah, they keep coming to my door and asking me every few months, like, you sure you don't want to go to work? It's like, not really, but yeah, the money that they're offering now is, what did we figure out, Crow? 3 times what I was making at Nashua?
Yeah,
About
Yeah.
that? Okay.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah, it
but
is. Right, that's on the stingy side, but yeah, I mean, just crazy amount of money. Like, data center, that's tempting. In fact, that's what Wild Angel and I were talking about last night. We were talking about this transition and the changes, and that's one of the things that actually made it really hard to keep doing this and not saying I'm gonna go back to cutting wires for a living, because literally I would make more doing that job than everybody else in the house makes, all their different jobs. Like, that's just crazy. So it's interesting, but we have to make these decisions in life, and all these tides of change come, and that's one of those moments in time. Do I turn left? Do I turn right? Which way do I go? And I think we all run into those problems and those tests of what do you really want out of life. So I'm kind of curious. When those tests come up for you guys, how often have you jumped ship, said, you know what, I'm totally on the wrong lane. I'm turning left here. I'm going that way. Has that happened before, or am I the only one who does really stupid shit like that, pack my car and move states suddenly?
not to that degree, but I do find myself taking a left, as you put it.
Okay. Pretty common, or how often does that happen to you, Crow?
I wouldn't say not very often. I mean, not oftentimes you're faced with that big of a decision where it's like, A or B. You have to choose one.
Sometimes there's C right down the middle. You just keep on the path. You don't go right or left.
That's fair. And Ashley says, hard to live with heart, not money. Made the decision when I left Tulsa, so I get it. Yeah. I left Tulsa too. I came back to Idaho. I understand, Ashley. It is hard. But at the same time, which one's better? Make the decision by money or by heart? You know, what's going to make you happy or what's going to make you prosperous? It's an interesting concept, isn't it?
Oh,
What about you, Braden? Oh, it's good, Wild Angel. Sorry.
Prosperity isn't always about money.
Ah, good point. Do enlighten us, please.
There are things that I have done in my life. You butthole.
You're
There are
welcome.
There are things I've done that weren't going to make me rich in money, but they made me rich in connections. They made me rich in family. And sometimes that kind of prosperity is so much more rewarding. I will totally admit there are days I really wish we had a little more room to breathe financially. But you know what? We're okay. We don't need the extra. We always want more than what we've got. That's the human condition. But do we really need it? No. Are we still going to get where we want to go without all the extra? Yeah. Because what's really important is the connection. The connection we make on Freaky Friday. The connection we make with the community. The connection we make with our family and the people we really care about. So I'm rich beyond my dreams in that aspect. So I will take that before being rich in money. Because, yes, money is soulless. It doesn't care. I'd rather have people that do.
Well said. Wow. I'm impressed.
Thanks.
What do you think, Rev? You agree?
Sort of. I'm not gonna say no. I'm gonna say yes because it really comes down to what do you classify as rich? Are you one of those people that say, "Oh, I don't have $5,000 in the bank account. I'm not rich," or are you gonna say something like Wild Angel has, where it's like, I find being rich as something different? Because for me, very similar. I do find connections being more worthy of my time and my energy rather than money. Like, yeah, I'll still go to work and, do a job for 40 hours a week, but it's one of those that, is that really what I want to strive for? I would much rather strive with having friends like, Braden, which has joined us, Crow, BTK, you, Wild Angel. I much rather value the time that I can spend with people than the money. Now, I'd absolutely go out and get a couple $100s to take my girl out to go get dinner or something. But I'm working for an end goal, which is that true time that I can spend with people. So it all kind of depends on what you classify being rich as, what your morals are, in my opinion.
Good answer. I like that. So, BTK, put you on the spot here, buddy. So if you had to classify your perception of rich, what would it be?
That's a good question. I guess if you're able to, I don't know, if you can find happiness doing just about anything, that's pretty close. I still think of like rich. Somebody says like I'm rich. I think of that in like financial terms, like, oh, they have a lot of money. It's just where your head goes. But I just think if you're able to enjoy things, in your life, then yeah, you're probably a pretty rich person, But being down in the dumps financially can really throw the blinders on and make it hard to do that sometimes, especially kind of how things are now. So I kind of find a balance. I'll do a lot to further the financial situation and really stick to it. Very disciplined about it. And then, find ways to just make myself happy in between. I got to go to work. I got to stress about that stuff. But, being rich, dude, I'm saying a lot of fluff. I would really need to think about that. Really need to think about that.
It's a tough question. It seems so easy. And a lot of things in life seem like easy questions. But then once you start digging into them, like, wow, there's a lot more pieces of this. So I always found it mind-boggling that the simplest questions seem the most complex.
Yeah. That one anyway. I mean, it's so open-ended,
Right.
But, I mean,
Exactly.
I think that ties in with the go left, go right thing. I'm the kind of person, I really stick to what I'm doing, and it takes me a long time to get into it, but once I do, I really never drop it. I just keep keeping on with it. And sometimes that's being gloomy and depressed, and that'll last a long time, or if I'm ready to accept joy and things like that, that'll last a long time too. And I guess, here you go. I don't know what it means to be rich, but if you have the ability to zoom out, float way out there into space and look at your situation, not with a magnifying glass, but with an entire perspective to where you're so small, you're like a little dot you can barely see, and you see everything. That's helpful, I don't know if that's being rich, but if you have the ability to just stop and zoom the hell out, that usually fixes a lot of things.
Well said. And it does. It's like Wyland said earlier, you get so close to the trees, you can't see the forest.
Yep.
And sometimes in life, we have to take that step back and really look at the big pictures. Like, okay, is that extra bill I have right now, or this flat tire, is that really a big thing? Or does somebody cut me off in traffic? Is that really worth having a mental breakdown for? And road rage, getting in a street fight, or shooting somebody. I mean, you start looking at that, and so many people get wrapped up in their just day-to-day minuscule little lives. But if we just take a step back and realize, hey, we're all family here. We're all on the same journey. Some of us have different destinations, different ways of going about it, but we're all trying to strive for the same thing, and that's love and acceptance, and hopefully in a semi-comfortable manner. So hopefully everybody can find a little bit of financial security and a whole lot of happiness in life. Whether you're got tons of money in the bank or you don't, I think it's really about just accepting your lot not your lot in life, but your life as it is, and striving to make it better every day. Now, some people say that's financial. Some people say it's education. Some people say it's friends, family, it's counseling. It's so many ways, and I don't think there's any right answer. What do you think, Braden?
I was actually just writing a comment, and I was saying, I was responding to Choab. Not really sure if that's how you pronounce it, but money can't buy happiness because it's not an object, but it can buy something that has the power to make you happy. But I've noticed that if, for example, somebody gives you that happiness object, that object that makes you happy, for free or with minimal work for you, you will get bored of it faster than if you were to have worked for it. And that's interesting when you try to define happiness, that happiness is a drug.
Mhm.
And if you don't work to get that stimuli, get something that will, tell that drug to be released in your brain, the serotonin, it will be less. It will release less in your brain because you didn't work as hard for it. And I think that applies to a lot of things, not only drugs. And we just have to figure out what exactly makes us happy and start working for it. Because even if we were to receive $10 million tomorrow and we could buy everything we want, I don't think we would be happy in a year after receiving it. I think we'd be very bored. We'd have all of the happiness objects, but we would be bored.
Mhm.
But if we didn't receive that 10 million and worked for that 10 million ourselves throughout our entire lifetime, like it was designed, like we were designed to be able to do, but I mean, the U.S. government doesn't want you to do that. If you can achieve that, you will be happy for the rest of your life once you get the things that you want.
They're more fulfilling when we work
That's
for
my
them.
take.
Exactly. And no, I would have to agree. And Hope Giver says, being as old as I am one of the richest people here. I don't have a large bank account, but I have my family and friends. And, Hope Giver, I agree with you as well. And that's a lot of what Down Home Crypto is all about. It's letting everybody know, regardless of your education, your financial situation, your class, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. Here we're all equal. And we're all on the same journey of trying to help each other. Because that's what really makes a difference is, we all want to be prosperous. We all want to get to that point where we're comfortable. If something goes wrong, we can deal with it financially or emotionally, whatever. But the biggest thing is having those around you who support, who love, and who are there when times of tragedy or times of joy. They celebrate your accomplishments, not resent you for them. And I think that's a big one. Oh, thank you. I was letting somebody else talk because I don't want to dominate the show. So, no, I agree. And it's one of those, the old saying, money can't buy you happiness, but crying in a Mercedes is a lot easier than crying in a cardboard box. Yeah, that's true. I can relate to that. But the biggest thing, guys, is it's all about what are you going to be remembered for? Because in the end, you can't take anything with you. However, that's a whole nother story about cryogenics and stuff. We'll discuss that in next episode, maybe. But, for me personally, it's really about leaving a mark. It's letting people know that they matter. And so all of you on stage here, all of you in the audience, everybody watching, we can all do something great by making somebody else smile. And I guarantee that's going to be remembered, especially if they're in those dark times or they're going through recovery or they had a relapse or whatever it is in their life. Everyone has some sort of trauma. The biggest thing is to remember you're never alone. And so that's what Down Home Crypto is all about. Hopefully it's teaching us so we can all succeed financially and get a little bit better off than we were yesterday. But in the end, it's being excited about each other's success and supportive in the times of trials and tribulations.
Something, we did a whole big training day at work this week. And one of the first things they put up on the screen, this well-paid guest speaker, was it's not everybody else's job to remember us. It is our job to make sure they can't forget us.
I like it. So does that mean I can be more annoying?
No.
Oh, Crow's like, yeah!
No. And
I'd like
no.
to
Wait. Could I even be more annoying? I mean, really, guys? Let's think about this.
You
Yes.
have been in the past.
Oh, have I? Okay, fair enough. I guess I can be.
I will smother you, and you will wake up under the dirt.
Oh, actually, I won't even wake up. See, we discussed that at work. Anyway, guys, I think that about wraps up this week's show. I want to say, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And let's go around and let everybody say goodbye before we wrap it up. Take it away, Wild Angel.
Have a wonderful week, everybody. Have a great weekend. If you're where it's not the greatest weather, take care of yourself. If you need to reach out, hit us up in DMs. We're here. Love you all. Bye.
Have a great weekend and a weekend. Remember, do the thing. Money comes and goes. If you're sitting there, maybe I should get this, maybe I shouldn't. Do the thing. Do it. Boy.
So There's a lot of serotonin flowing right now. I'm going to throw some cortisol out there. Keep your eyes open, especially in these times. Get enough information before you act. Don't be deceived. Don't trust. Verify.
Then it is on to me.
Yep.
What about Braden? I thought he was going next.
You're next in the circle.
We're going circle. Okay, gotcha. Well, I can say that I'm probably the youngest one here and the dumbest one. But if there's something that you strive to do, work for it. Because I guarantee you, once you get that done and you actually get to that point, you can look back at all your progress that you've done, whether that's recovery or working on building a house or working on a vehicle or something. Try and find that serotonin that you can make yourself. Don't turn to, less good things in life like drinking or drug stuff like that. Stay clear. I guarantee you that's going to mess up your life more. Find a hobby. Find something that you enjoy and hold on to that. That's going to be something that you can work on, and I guarantee you it'll better your mood. Watching something go from nothing to something is phenomenal, no matter who you are. Enjoy your time working on that and finding something that fits what you're comfortable with. Have a good day.
I guess it's my turn now.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna read a quote, I guess. If you guys know who this is from, good job. There are thousands of years in the past, and there's an unknown amount of time in the future. There are all kinds of opportunities, and there are all kinds of dangers. That's the quote.
Who
I
was
like
that?
So I guess that just sums up what we were talking about before. And just do what you want to do. Of course, don't put yourself in debt trying to do it, but do it safely.
Well said. And Ashley put, hope you're all blessed, seen, and safe. Always think of you all, so you're never alone. Think of yourself and love beyond everything. I love it, Ashley. Thank you so much, dear. And Walden says, have a great weekend. Okay, got it. Okay, I'm up on comments. And you know what, guys, I definitely have to agree. Whatever you do, have the courage to do it. Go into it wholehearted. At the same time, don't just trust. Verify. Find out for yourself. Even if somebody that you know is telling you the right information, test it. Verify it. Find out for yourself, because there is so much joy in trying something out. Whether you succeed or not is irrelevant. You had the courage to do it. You tried it out. You proved it. And then once you've done it, believe in yourself that you can do it. Because I guarantee you, whatever you think you can do, you can accomplish. If you can think it, you can do it. All you have to do is take that first step. Put yourself out there and make it happen. So everybody stay safe out there. I wish you the best. And if anybody needs to talk or you just want to hang out, have fun, hey, down here at Down Home Crypto, we are always here for you. So love you guys. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you next week. Bye, guys.
Later.
Oh boy.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.